Now then, people, good morning and welcome back to the Just Joe football show. It's the start of a new week, which means we're one step closer to the Championship playoff final and see on Sunday whether or not we can progress into the Premier League. Boy, the league needs us, you know what I mean? Someone needs to stop City winning Premier League titles, right? But now we need the Premier League. But we're here today to talk about our semi-final opponents and one striker that Leeds United have been linked to. Now, don't switch off. I hear it. Josh Sargent, I myself have been quite scathing about the player over, the last few years. But when you actually look at would he suit Daniel Farke and what he's trying to do, would he be a better option than what we already have at the football club? I would say yes. If Leeds United do get promoted, is Josh Sargent the man to score the goals in the Premier League? History would tell us no. But we have to factor in this guy is still only 24. He's still yet to hit his peak. And if you look at his trajectory, I know it's the Championship, but he's scoring goals and providing assists, and their numbers are increasing in less amount of goals, right? We're here, of course, to talk about Josh Sargent. Now, there's a reason why other Premier League clubs are in the race for Josh Sargent. We have to be alive to this fact. I think sometimes as fans we can be very scathing towards a player or maybe gas up others. You just have to look at, say, Victor Johansson. Everyone was, he's Premier League bound, what a goalkeeper, da-da-da. He's gone to Stoke, mid-table in the Championship. Those that run the football clubs probably know more than us. And listen, Leeds United aren't the only club that are looking at Josh Sargent. Bournemouth have been linked. We've seen how good Bournemouth have been under Iriola. Brentford have been linked. Thomas Frank, he knows the player. I laughed at Brentford, when they signed Ben Mee. I remember when they said, Ben Mee, Chapman. Look, he's now been given a new deal. He's been a great servant at the football club and they're still in the Premier League. Do you see what I'm saying? Fulham again. They've got some decent strikers, not least Raul Jimenez and Muniz, and they're looking at Josh Sargent. And Leeds United will need a new number 9, okay? Even if we're in the Championship, 100% I'm saying take him, although I'd like us to give Mateo Joseph. But if we got promoted, would it be underwhelming? Potentially. Is it a good signing? I think yes, And apparently Leeds United are weighing up a summer move for Norwich City striker Josh Sargent, okay? Fresh from knocking them out of the Championship playoffs. Norwich City now, their parachute payments are gone. They've done the 3 years, no more money from the Premier League. They'll now have to cut their cloth accordingly. They've got rid of Wagner, Sarah, Rowe, Sargent. These players will be susceptible to offers. I think they'll be gearing up for that 100%. He's contracted until 2028, but Norwich City are already ready for offers coming. And Premier League sides, as I mentioned at the top of the video, Bournemouth, Brentford, Fulham, have all been credited with an interest. And now it's been reported that Leeds United are also amongst those suitors. And if Leeds United get promoted, Sargent wouldn't be a bad pickup. Should he be the number 9? I don't know. That remains to be seen. And we can have a chat about that, okay? But Daniel Farke knows him, was with him at Norwich City. Okay, he was key in bringing him to Norwich City when they were in the Premier League. He would bolster a pretty small squad. We've never really had a big squad, and we still run on fumes at times. The depth isn't as good as it maybe potentially could be. And Sargent probably would be a good pickup. He bagged 16 goals this season, 29 now in 2 seasons in the Championship, which is a very good return since his side were relegated in 2022. As I said, he's still only 24. He's versatile, got great work rate. Positionally, very, very good. Obviously plays as a forward, but can play out wide as well, which means we can have, versatility in the forward line. We have players that can play a number of positions, really, across that front line. He could be one of them. Maybe Leeds United also could be susceptible to bids themselves for the likes of Rutter, Somerville, Nanto, regardless of what division we're in. But, what he's really good at, off-ball movement. Off-ball movement, great in the press, can make intelligent runs to create space and find goal-scoring opportunities. We've seen that against Leeds United when we were 2-0 up at Ellen Road. He peeled off of Ampadu, and if it weren't for Meslier, he scores to make it 2-1. We don't really get that. I mean, sometimes Bamford, but Bamford doesn't have the pace that Josh Sargent has. As I say, an active presser. He puts pressure on opponents high up the pitch, and that's something that we'll need. That's something that we have in Pat, but we know Pat. Apparently, the club are looking to sell him on. Would he be a better option than Pat? I would say so, yes. Physicality, he's got that in abundance, as well as a good physical presence. We lack that within our side, especially in the forward line. Nonto, Somerville, Rutter don't really have that physicality for me. He's good in aerial duels as well. And we must remember as well, he's still only 24. So there is massive amounts of room for growth, and he's a promising talent. I genuinely have been scathing about Josh Sargent in the past. In the past, do I think I'm Spanish? In the past, but if you actually look at it, obviously he came to the Premier League with Norwich in 21-22 after spending time in the Bundesliga for Werder Bremen. When he came to the Premier League for Norwich, he scored 2 goals, got 1 assist, 3 goal involvements. Not great at all, but Norwich were absolutely terrible. We know this, right? Then gets relegated. Norwich finished 13th. He starts 37 games, gets 13 goals and 2 assists, so 15 goal involvements. But this season, he's really, in only 24 starts, folks, has really hit new heights. 16 goals and 2 assists, so 18 goal involvements in just 24 games is a really, really good return for a player in that division. I think, someone said to me the other day, would you take like Adam Armstrong? And I say, well, nah, we've seen him have a shot at it, and you could say the same really for Josh Sargent. But I think, back then it's like 21, 22. He's now 24. He's grown. He's a presence up top, and he's a clean finisher. And he's very much in the mould of what Leeds United would need, or what Leeds United would want if we were to get promoted. And I don't think it'd be that bad of a signing. Now, Josh Sargent is valued around about 12 million euros, right? I think you'd be paying similar to what you paid for, say, Joel Pirro. Now, of course, recency bias, Leeds fans, we do gas him up. Now, well, he's not better than Pirro, etc. But I think Josh Sargent would be better suited to Leeds United in the Premier League, and there's noises that Leeds United could look to move Pirro on. And again, I said I can see it. Now after like Norwich, I'm like, no, not a chance, because I'm a passion merchant and I get giddy and I, fall into recency bias, etc., etc. You know how it is. But yeah, I think Josh Sargent would be a good pickup for Leeds United. And if you can get him for around about £10 million, I think it makes sense. And it'd be a signing that I would advocate, regardless of what division we're in. Would he be our sole number 9? I'm not sure. It depends. Listen, this is the mad thing. We're still in that limbo area, right? Where we don't know which division we're going to win. If you're in the Championship, you're taking 100%. But then you've got to get rid of Bamford. You've got Joseph. You've got Pirro. But if you go to the Premier League, then yeah, go sign the guy. But then do we want to put all our eggs into the Josh Sargent basket? I do think he is a player on an upward trajectory. I've been scathing towards him in the past, but having seen him this season, having seen him off the ball, having seen how key he's been for Norwich when he's been back in the side, I'm like, yeah, let's do that. If we can pick him up for 10 million, if he continues in the form that he's been, yes, it's upper level, and previously in the Premier League he wasn't great, but he's 24, going on 25 now. Leeds United will have a better squad than Norwich ever did when they were in the Premier League previously. I quite like it. I genuinely quite like it. But I want to know your thoughts in the comments, folks. Let me know. Would you take Josh Sargent in the Premier League? Is it enough, or do you think he's gash? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Smash a like on the video. Get your comments in, hit the notification bell and all that jazz, and I'll see you at 12 o'clock. If you're watching this before then, me and Connor will return a counterpoint where we're both very, very happy.